Hi guys, it's me. It's me and us. It's me. It's we. It's we. Hey, um, welcome back, everybody, and nobody at all. Um, really, today's conversation is going to be really cool. I think. I wrote down some lyrics. There's so many to choose from, you guys, but I just jotted some down today about, you know, on my videos, I'm always talking about how the one the world knows as Prince showed himself to me as the creator and as alien-esque and as an ancient being and the creator. And people can wonder, how can that be? It's not just somebody saying so out of nowhere. Like, I didn't just wake up someday and decide to say that, believe me. As I listened to the music through the years, I knew that there was a reason that there was always electric referenced and, dying for us. And, just the lyrics, not that they were conversations to me. The lyrics always, it's what wasn't said. And as they used to say, I think it's the space between the notes, or it's in between the lines. It's the information that's not there. And by the information not being there, it draws your mind, or it drew my mind to question why the information wasn't there, if that makes sense at all. It's like when you read the Bible, there's information given, and then the next line might not make sense at all. And, we were expected to wade through it and say, oh, yeah, I believe on that and this, or that. But that's off subject. But the lyrics are kind of like that, is what I wanted to say. And definitely when I passed on, some of the questions I answered, a lot of them are the way that I was meditating in a certain way on the lyrics while I was there. Was the way that I was able to explain them is because I could hear and see in between them, if that makes sense. So anyway, I don't know where that thought was going, because I'm trying to just kind of talk to myself as much as I'm talking to you all. Pardon me. But you know what? I wanted to say something also, that this whole process is so deep and so meaningful, beyond anything that I could sit here and tell you without breaking down and crying, which I have an agenda here, so I can't do that right now. Maybe someday. Something to look forward to. Anyway, I come here, like I always say, not to be famous and not to be a Prince know-it-all and not to be anything that I'm not. To be anything other than me would just be insanity in my book. So I'm here for righteousness. I'm here for the truth to be told. As you can see behind me, I think it says truth right now, and some other things. So I wanted to read something. It was just a real brief part of Psalm 37 by David. It says, "Do not compete with evildoers. Be not envious of the doers of injustice. For like grass, they will be cut down swiftly, and like green vegetation, they will wither. Trust in Hashem and do good. Dwell in the land and nourish with faithfulness." And then I skip down to 9. "For the evildoers shall be cut off. For those who hope to Hashem, they shall inherit the earth. Just a little while longer, and there will be no wicked one. You will contemplate his place, and he will not be there. But the humble shall inherit the earth and delight in abundant peace." I wanted to read that because I came across it the other day, and I thought that it was very beautiful. This is my my Bible that has Hebrew and English version on each side. Very lovely. You can get it at emuna.com. That's where I got mine. Quite lovely. Bigger, smaller, whatever. It holds the truth portions of it. All of that book. I mean, don't let me misspeak. I wanted to read that because I'm not here to compete for one. And I'm just here to tell the truth. And the evildoers that did this plan, that had this plan, I mean, there is an evil that exists in this world, you guys. And, but more than blaming anybody, any one person or any one thing for it, I think that everybody needs to understand that humanity, and we are the cause of what is in the world. People are, God forbid, rapists and murderers and all the terrible things that are out there that I'm not even going to mention. We all know that those things exist. And by being better souls and embracing this truth that I'm trying to share with you guys as truth, no matter how strange it may seem to you, or hopefully someday it'll titillate and delight, like I always say, because it is true. But I know it's hard to accept, and I sit back here and I have the luxury, I call it a luxury, it is a luxury, but it's a painful luxury, and it's bittersweet journey of this third eye opening experience, and this whole thing that's manifesting both in a soul spiritual place, and like I said, I've had somewhat physical things and lots of different things that I can't really explain to you guys right now. But let me jump right into something. I'm here to tell the truth for righteousness, and it's like the song says, until I find the righteous one, computer blue. I don't want the computer to be blue, and nor do you. Sometimes I rhyme on purpose because it's fun. I have to entertain myself while I do this. I've made posts online saying, good thing I have myself to entertain myself, but now I know it's not just me. Anyway, live for love, you guys. I was listening to that today, and I want to share something with you. Pardon me. Gotta drink when you're talking. And I'm, paraphrasing here, but live for love. Without love, you don't live. That song. Lyrics. Acceleration into a temporal space. Temporal being a mind space. Okay, temporal. Continuum now begins. The attack on my plane is steadily mounting. Okay, his plane is his body. The attack on my plane, just like International Lover, he refers to himself as a plane, a machine, a computer. So the attack on my plane is referencing him, is steadily mounting. He knew there was a plan and it was coming, and he was telling us about it in all kinds of lyrics. Blah, 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 killed my body. I'm supposed to feel nothing. How can I live for love? And then he goes on to speak, and it says, Alpha, acknowledge. So here, my target is approaching. The angel on my shoulder starts coaching. Again, paraphrasing. And then, damn, I got a hit, but I still, complete the mission. So at the end of my recital, the choice you make is vital. Through generations, the cards have always been stacked against us. To love one another is a must. Listen, that's just one. Hang in there. So why would a singer, I mean, that's putting it mildly, sing about space, all temporal acceleration, refer to himself as, here are some more, at the very core of thinking, I originate. This is the undisputed truth. And sorry, I can't look because I got to read. At the very core of thinking, I originate. That's why you'll never know my thinking or my fate, unless, of course, you are my mate. If not, you think you see me, I disintegrate. I can't read my own writing, sorry. Disintegrate my thoughts from yours. You can feel me coming out of every one of your pores. Reintegrating where I'm understood and adored. And then he goes on to say, I am the touch. So what I'm saying is, that's the undisputed truth. It's on Raven to the Joy Fantastic, I think. Maybe the extended version, maybe. And so at the very core of thinking, I originate. So he's telling us that he is The I am, the origination of very thought, of very being, the creator. It is a creator. It is not a big man in the sky like I mean, I don't know what people envision when they think about a creator. You know, so I'm just trying to teach you that the lyrics are there and there's other things too. And so, my level is now what you must learn to rise above. It might take you some time, but you will learn to see the undisputed truth. Get free. It might take you some time to see, but you will learn the undisputed truth. And that's what I'm here to help share with you, no matter how awkward it may seem. And this is going somewhere, so stay with me. And then, we have the songs like, what if God was one of us, just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home? He was trying to tell us that he was here among us, just trying to make us his way home. Still would stand all time. The love that exists in the world. You better run to the light, leave your past behind. People that listen to the music know, everybody's looking for Graffiti Bridge, thieves in the temple, feel like I'm looking for my soul, like a poor man looking for gold. He was always looking and teaching and reaching for God and teaching about these things, voices from the sky. He was always singing about an angel, a protector, a soulmate. The song 7, it starts right out. And an angel came down unto me. In her hand she holds the very key, words of compassion, words of peace. Am I her? I mean, yeah, I am. Can you be too? Am I trying to claim something from anybody? No, I think that all of us are made of divine DNA, and that's why I'm here trying to share this word with you so that everybody can benefit. And, just everybody, man, woman, child, boy, girl, just everybody. So, like, I don't know. I saw the Love Sexy concert in person, and during that concert, he has the chick on the swing, and during the segue in the interim there, she talks about, bringing somebody back to life and how she reach out and touches the light, it will come back to life. I can't remember the exact lyrics right now, but they say cross the line, cross the line. Well, dang it, I'm here crossing the line because I have to and I want to. And you guys, I get to. The joy that my soul receives from doing this, just from fulfilling what is my soul purpose, even though sometimes it can be quite painful in the things that are revealed to me, anything is worth what I've experienced and what I get to see and what I get to learn. So if it takes me a long time to teach it to you or to make you to understand that it is what it is and that there's going to be a media grab out there pretty soon to teach you the exact opposite of this. So, like, I'm not here saying all this crazy stuff for no reason. I'm here saying it because I've also been told as part of the story that the media hype that's coming is, the Antichrist and the a lot of other stuff that's negative that I don't want to talk about. So he was always talking about how, like, if you ever saw Graffiti Bridge, you guys, I know you saw it at the end, the girl, I can't remember her name, dang it. She gets hit by the car and then everybody comes together to be their best selves. And well, even if that were me and I died for this purpose, that would be just fine with me. And I said I would when I died before. I said I would. Yeah, if I could change the world by my death, yes, I would. I don't know how many of you would or wouldn't, but I know me, know thyself. And, I think I know that our Creator laid down his life and his soul for all of us to teach us this. And the least we can do is dig into what I'm saying, because I'm trying to help you guys, not only people that know about Prince or people that don't, that want to get in touch with the Creator that made their DNA, because the way that the story has been told is not the story. Okay, so we'll do that on a different video. There's a song called Judas Smile. Chocolate Invasion, maybe NPG, something like that, 90s. Before me there was nothing. Without the eye you cannot see, just a form in the darkness. I brought the light and you believed. With every one of my creations, a future story will be told. And then he goes on, it's not always in order. I don't know if this one is or not. For every soul, there's a buyer. For every action, there's a price. For every option, there's a trier. When the cream run out, ain't nothing nice. Sorry. What I am will never fade away. Like you being funky, it'll never be. So anyway, that's a really good song, and I didn't sing it on beat, and for that I apologize. Before me, there was nothing without the eye you cannot see, just a form in the darkness. I brought the light, and you believe. For every one of my creations, a future story will be told. It goes like that. So something like that. Anyway, so what he's saying is before him, there was nothing. He's telling us, I am the creator. Okay. And when the creator created, even though the Bible led you to believe it a certain way, that it was DNA and geneticism and manipulation of genetics. The animals were created before the humans, the whales, the sea creatures, the birds. They talk about it in Genesis 20 and 21. The large not serpents, pardon me. And the large sea creatures and birds. Yeah, it's in there. So what I'm saying is then the genetics moved on to human, and that's when a woman was created because, got to have a woman to bring life into the world, right? Right. Even though the creators, from what I understand, neither female or male, which is why, you can be everything when you're everything. So, but that part of himself that he took, that was taken out to make a woman, obviously you're both. So, anyway, here it goes on to say, pardon me, what I am, you will finally see. They'd have to take me out for treating B like a bee if she ain't one. And if she ain't no good, like a rat in the hood, we're going to give her a Bible and then some. I always laugh when I hear that lyric because that's me. That's like, I've had my Bible and listen, have you I saw Slumdog Millionaire last night. And in the movie, Jamal answers all the questions on that movie, and then they think that he cheated or whatever. And I can't help that I get told these things or that I know these things. It's just like he said on there, like, I'm trying to share this information with you because it's most important. And it's not about going to idolize a little funky man that we knew as Prince. It's about understanding that he gave his soul and presented himself to us, or by contract presented himself to us a certain way. We got to enjoy that luxury until it became false. I mean, some of it was real and some was false. I'm going to stay on track here and then I'm going to get back to that. Now, it says, now, wait a minute, how dare you? I was going to say, wait a minute, how dare you call a robot Mecca? Everyone claiming no sin, act a fool if you wanna. Guess the quickest way out is the way in. So, if he needed a way out of the world, how did he come into the world? Through a woman. In essence, he kind of had to put himself out through that woman, right? So, guess the quickest way out is the way in. So that would lead us to believe that maybe he'll be using a woman to bring his way back into the world. That would be amazing, right? Those are just some of the lyrics that I jotted down, you guys. And what's important about that is you guys know the lyrics. Lighter ones like Cream. You got the horn, so why don't you blow it? This is what I'm saying. I'm blowing the horn. He knew. He always sang Crystal Ball, Batman, the future, electric chair for all my future crimes. He always sang and was ahead of his time and would sing about things that happened in the future. And then, and you guys know that as well as I do. So when you take all those facts along with like I said, he was constantly telling us, I'm not a human, I'm a dove. He would say lyrics like, I smiled as humans smile. referred to himself as a lonely computer. It wasn't just for show. It was the truth, and it was hidden, just as the truth has to be hidden, because people have to look for the truth. You can't just be handed the truth on a platter and call yourself a good soul. And that's one of the things that when I was there, heavenly, I don't know what to call it, I'm trying to do shorthand. I learned when I was there, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. But you guys, I want to, I think I read, I'm not sure if this is accurate, so don't quote me on this, that he did maybe 1,480 concerts. I don't know if that's accurate. In from 79 to 2016. I think I read that today. But if you average that out for 37 years, and I know the concerts didn't go that way on tour, but think about this. If somebody did, let's say 1,500 concerts in their lifetime in 37 years, that would be 40 concerts per year if you did it that way. But the tours weren't like that. They were much more rigorous and everything like that. For instance, between the Welcome to America tour and the one that came right after that, and Welcome Live Out Loud, or whatever it was 2012 and 2013, which would have been after the supposed hip surgery. Those there was 130 concerts between those tours alone. So why would somebody be able to go have that hip surgery? And even if they put on flats, just give me a break. What I'm getting at is he told us in countless ways that he was more than just human, and people can accept it or people cannot, but I'm not playing with it anymore. I was thinking today that you can go online and you can look at people saying, oh, this is what happens after I died, or this is what I saw in these grand visions, and all this BS that's out there. I mean, I'm not saying that whatever happened to them didn't happen, but I'm saying there's some pretty grand things out there, because I looked at it just to see what people would say. And I wondered if my word would come across any different if I didn't say that the creator was just, I'm going to say Prince, just to save myself from spieling all over the place. When I died, you guys, I didn't expect to be standing there talking to, I didn't. Like, I don't know if you can grasp that, how big and sorry, you guys. I'm not sorry. Just a second. This is what I mean. I don't know how to express to you guys how big this is, but it is the truth. I don't know how I qualify genetically to get this information, but I did stand in heaven. I was in a place where there was no time. I was told that I was a grand part of this plan, that I have to come here and I get to, it's my sole purpose, and I'm going to do it, and I'm never going to stop. So what I meant to say was, I don't know if my videos would come across any different if I just came on TV or online and said, hey, I met God, but I never told anybody that it was Prince, but I don't lie, and I'm not here to say anything that's not true, and that's what I saw, and that's what it is. And plus everything's just been obviously with the Hebrew and the gematria and all the other things and the pi equation videos and all the things that I'm going to get into as I learned how to expose myself more. This is very serious, you guys. I know I mentioned that I was going to get into, I think the name is Gerald Massey. I don't just listen to music and, smoke and do silly things. I study. So Gerald Massey is an Egyptologist, and I took some notes here, so bear with me with my explanation, please. I took notes. This is one of my journals. Like I said, they're all very organized and thought out. Okay, I'm trying to help. So he talked about ascended souls, And, Prince was known to say that he transcended, and everybody knows that he knew big secrets, and people know the lyrics, so it won't come as so surprising. But Gerald Massey talked about the ascended souls would ride this arc-shaped boat. It was a wormhole-shaped boat for eternity as a star. So the boat would go up, you would ride it into eternity, and you would be like a star. And it came, hold on one moment, I have to look at my notes. So anyway, that made me think of Get on the Boat, and I took some notes about Get on the Boat. And also what's called the wormhole, and why he would always talk about ping pong and the back and forthness of it, because it's, back and forth, and the wormhole is back and forth. You have to look up some of these terms. I don't have time to explain them all. Sorry. But it has to do with reincarnation. And so then the blue lotus is symbolistic of awakened soul. So the blue lotus flower is a symbol of the awakened soul and the regeneration, rebirth. And then I went on to took some notes, because if you look at the One Night Alone cover, the piano version of One Night Alone, there's 3 blue eggs it looks like they're in a basket, and there's some, if you look very closely at that cover, there's some writing in there. It's very cryptic, and you have to turn it this way and that way to see what I'm saying. But what I mean to say is the 3 ribbons that I was trying to show you here, the 3 chains of gold, that drawing that I have there, it has to do with 1 + 1 + 1 is 3, the 3 ascended souls. Now, hold on. He also was talking about how Egyptians had developed a technology to open sorry, you guys, skip that. Sometimes I'm going to do that because I can't sometimes read my cryptic notes, and I shouldn't do that to myself. So I said, so understand the sky boat that is a wormhole shaped. The Egyptians believed that the ascended soul rode the boat for eternity. They used a crimson oil in these, what is it, Pista Sophia? They used some kind of crimson oil, so I put crimson and clover, that song. I took notes on that. What I'm getting at, it sounds a little, but there's references all over in the lyrics of the music. If you actually go online and you look and you research the words to the songs, and you just rock out to the guitar or whatever else, you know what I'm saying? What I used to do is, and I listened all the years, there was those more obscure songs that you might not want to listen to sometimes, but go and look up the lyrics to the NPG songs, to the more rock songs. There's 39 albums to choose from. Yeah. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about too was the egg, why the big mystery. And I know I mentioned in one of my other videos that the egg is meant to be a big secret and a mystery, but it actually means 666. It means a secret of the 369 coding and everything that we talked about on, I believe, yesterday's video, the day before. But I was watching something on the Gaia channel with William Henry. And he was talking about the cosmic egg, and how the word psyche literally means moth or butterfly in Greek. So think about this. You know how in the Batman video, Party Man, he is in there and he hands the monkey the banana, and the banana says psych on it. Plus he would say it when he was singing and rapping. Whatever, but the moth or butterfly, it transforms into something new. And I thought that it was pretty interesting that he would put that on the banana. That's just one of the ways that he depicted to us that he was able to transform, that we should think about him like that, like a butterfly. Oftentimes he's saying about butterflies all the time. Mama, why the butterflies? Butterflies in your stomach, butterflies on the lawn, butterflies, because they represent transformation and the basically the ability to like ascend from a egg pupil to, So also, you guys, I always reference the video where they show Prince walking down the hallway and he jumps up real high. He's walking down that white hallway and he jumps up real high and kicks his leg out and both of his arms go out. Again, I saw him jump off pianos with my own eyes. I saw the concerts. Yay, amen. If I hadn't been awakened to all these things, I might be nodding my head and scratching my head and going, man, this chick might be a little crazy. But you guys, when you put all of the information together, like I said, with all the experience I've had, it all of this stuff, it goes together. And I'm not like trying to be a genius here. So the reason I took so long to start talking is because I thought that I had to know like everything. Like I wanted to know the answers to everything before I came here and tried to talk to you and share my thoughts with you. But I can't wait because there's a soul grab going on in the world, you guys. A soul grab. Our souls are for sale. For every soul, there's a buyer. For every action, there's a price. I said it on my other videos, and I remember now that when I passed into that world, I was told that our souls here, our souls have much work to do, and that each and every one of us is responsible for not only ourselves, but for humanity. And for understanding that the reason that why my words may and hopefully resonate with you is because it's you remembering who you are. Because we as a people have been brainwashed and we've been taught that when you're dead, you go into the earth and nothing happens. Well, if you weren't taught that, then how would funeral homes succeed? And why would cemeteries be so gigantic and headstones cost so much and people be all stressed out when people died? God forbid, because it's always about the money. It's always about the almighty dollar. Okay, it always is to some people that seek power and dollars until I don't know what. I don't know. Dollars don't interest me, so I can't explain that. Somebody else will have to explain that to you. We are not just lumps of body and blood and tissue. We are divine human souls with a spark of light of God, the creator, who is the one the world came to know as Prince Rogers Nelson. It isn't my truth. It's the truth. I stood there. I met him. I loved him and watched him. I answered all the questions. I mean, I could do in-depth videos or interviews about this stuff, but I don't know what kind of stuff people want to know that would convince them. But I know that if you did have questions, I bet you I could answer them. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way. I say it because I'm experiencing these things and they're real. I just don't know how to get it across to you. I started out sharing information on the websites, on Facebook, fan sites and stuff like that, because I figured people would know the lyrics and what I'm talking about. But these videos are for everybody, absolutely everybody. Because our souls are for sale and because the creator has been around since the beginning, he's watched and felt and had to endure and does continue to endure every ounce of our stupidity, every ounce of everything negative that goes on to the world, in the world. Everything that we feel, he feels it too. So what do you want to do for your creator to repay him? Do you want to be sad and depressed and lonely and broken and beating yourself up all the time and telling yourself you're not good enough? And who are you to come on YouTube and talk? And who are you to... No, I am because I am. Told me I could be and told me I should be and I better be. So I am being. And I want you to be too. Sorry. I can't. I want you guys to be too. That's why I'm willing to do this. So, listen, think about even Humpty Dumpty. I took secrets here. I took notes on Humpty Dumpty. I wrote that, think about it. Humpty Dumpty, this is what the thing said on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men could put Humpty together again. And they refer to him as an egg. And his soul lives as a tortured soul, as well as many ancestors and lots of other souls. I don't really understand all of this stuff behind the scenes, but because we're in the time bubble of the Declaration of Independence coming to an end, the 1776, because we're 245 years away from that, 10 generations. Our times now, this is time. And you have to stand accountable for who your soul is. And my hope and prayer is that you will start talking to your Creator, no matter who He is to you. He'll expose Himself to you, because we need that in the world to defeat the darkness and to defeat the grab for souls. They want to be masters of the universe. He-Man, Hulks, I'm not sure, and control all the money. And they want to hand the power from one empire to the next. And from what I understand in my hearings, the next is I'm hearing about, God forbid, World War III with Asia. I'm hearing, I'm not sure if that will happen or if it won't. I'm not sure if the holograms and the holographic Antichrist things, raptures, or UFO abductions that I hear about, that I sometimes hear about in my head. I don't know if any of these things will really happen, but I do know that I hear them along with, because I think I get glimpses into yesteryear and tomorrow year. And like I said, it's a Back to the Future type thing, which is why sometimes the lyrics themselves, and like I said, the Bible itself can be hard to understand, because it goes to and fro. Like the ebb and flow of the ocean. And it's electric, you guys. He's electric. The thought, it's our thought. It's what makes us who we are. It's our intellect. It's our soul. Nobody can be you, man. Nobody can be me. Nobody can be you. But if there was some kind of something pulled on the world and you were so frightened for your family or your children, God forbid, that you felt like taking a chip in your hand or your forehead might save you, and you might be able to eat, or you might have clean air or water because of that chip, you have to not do that. You have to know who your Creator is and who your soul is before that time, which is why I'm here talking to you now too, because this might not be going on in your backyard, in your realm of reality. But at least ask yourself what is going on in your backyard. I don't know why I said backyard, but ask yourself what the source of the inspiration be. Yeah, there's the lyric. Ask yourself what the source of the inspiration be. Like it was in your mom's belly. That's how I can't think of it. There's so many to know, but listen, this goes so deep, you guys. It's just really hard to expose all the things about me. But behind me on the board, you see it says, what it actually says is, I told you before on the other videos that when I see it, it actually is, the symbol for pi. Okay, the thing that looks like that. And then 21 is what it is, but it's upside down. So it says 21 equals pi. That's actually what that says. It's just upside down. Follow? What I want to point out to you is, to me, it made me see truth. That's why I wrote the word truth. I'm not good at that backwards thing. So I wrote the word truth next to it, but also down below, I know it's far away, but I often make references to my last name, Pride, which isn't very far from the word prince. I mean, people can say, yeah, so what? But the writing tells me things my understanding my visions, my hearings, my visit to the afterlife. Because of the reason that I can hear this and who I am, this is kind of a personal thing too. I mean, I definitely want to save souls, and that's my first priority. But from what I'm understanding, this, let's call it an adventure that I'm on, has to do with my family name of Pride. It was never anything that I thought much about because I didn't have the greatest relationship with my father. And from what I understood, he didn't even know who his father was, really. So I was never super attached to the name. But it is cool and it's very uncommon from what I researched. And if you look it up, like if you go Google the last name Pride, the surname Pride, you're not going to find a whole lot. And if you do, please let me know if it's real. But my point is, because of, I'm not sure if it's because of that name and its link in the way that he linked it to, so I could hear Pride and Prince just that one letter away. But in upside down backwards writing, it also spells opioid. And you can see the number 19 in the middle of the word opioid. Okay, I want to show you something. You guys, I know it's far away and I don't want to move my computer because it's kind of gank. So this is the word opioid, O-P-I-O-D. But if you can see in there, see the 19, sorry, I'm trying to look at the thing and then this. Okay, so this P-I becomes a 19. See that, 19? And then up here, you have the O-9. So basically you have 09, 10, and 19. Those are the same numbers, 19, that are in other numbers. That is how he was said to have died, from a massive fentanyl opioid overdose. I always say there's no coincidence. And when I passed away, I also was shown things, a lot of things. And it's very painful to talk about. I know I've mentioned it before, but when I died, I had died of an heroin overdose, opioids. My daughter has overdosed, I don't know how many times. My niece overdosed in a Quality Dairy bathroom, which is a local corner grocery store here in Lansing, Michigan. Her youngest daughter's father overdosed from heroin as well. A generation of young people who I watched grow up in Grand Ledge High School. I don't know how many I've watched drop like flies in my daughter's generation, all three of their generation. They're all in their early 30s, so I don't know what year they graduated. But what I'm saying is there was no coincidence that there was an epidemic on the world at that time, because the way that the brainwashing in the world is done is, well, my personal family lineage and many others that I haven't mentioned here, God rest their souls until we see you again. Gosh, Ben, Alec, everybody. And if I've forgotten some, there's so many. The plan in the world was to see that generation killed off because they had so much to offer. They wanted to dumb them down. They were very political. They're very strong, very courageous, very open to new things. So that generation was actually done away with in a certain way due to the epidemic of opioids that were available mostly by doctor prescription in, Florida and Tennessee, in the way that you could go to a doctor on one side of the building and go to the other side of the building and get that prescription filled with cash. As part of my research also, it's worth mentioning that I did research, and I want to say this before I forget, even though it's a little off subject. On the investigation, there is documentation provided from a very cheesy looking, I don't even know what, I don't want to reach over there and grab it right now. They try to show some pharmacy information that is completely irrelevant and, made up. Anyway, I want to say that I can prove that because Minnesota actually has a safe script program. I'm live. No, I'm live. Can you guys wait, please? Yeah, thank you. And that's live too. Love you. So, oh, I lost my train of thought. Where was I? You guys made me forget what I was saying. Oh boy. I totally forgot what I was saying. There's no getting that back. I can't rewind. Dang, that sucks. Sorry. That's roommates. I guess what I'll do is I'll rewind. Dang it, you guys are gonna be like, what was she saying? I can't sit here in silence and think about it. I told them my phone was gonna be on silent. Oh well. Listen, I'll just end this here so they can go in. I'm at my little hideaway cave here, my bat cave. I'm sorry that I forgot what I was saying. You have to understand my mind. It goes to and fro while I'm here. Thank you for listening again. And I'll have to check back to see what was up. I'm going to let them in the room. Peace out for now. I'll be back to maybe do another investigation. I was talking about the investigation, but I don't know what I was saying. So my bad. Like I said, more professional each time, right? Bye, you guys.